It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here with me today.
Yes.
And we're really excited to have the founders of Healthy MD here.
Absolutely.
With
How y'all
us.
doing today?
Yes. Clifford W. Nice II.
Yes.
The second.
And
Don't
Steve
judge me.
Vixamar.
Yes, wow, you said that right the first time. Thanks.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. And we were having a conversation before we even started this discussion just about HIV testing, because we were saying how I've done HIV testing at my juice bar. Previously, we used to do that every year. And you were saying how a lot of times when you guys have the mobile testing, it doesn't say HIV testing.
Yeah. So for us, and this Clifford Nights, sorry, thank you for having us, Angela. But for us, we make sure that we kill the stigma in any chance we get. And by doing that, we made sure that when we put our mobile clinics on the road, we don't put any HIV testing, no Hep C testing, no STD testing. It just says free medical screening.
Right.
And they always are okay with that until they get in the van, and then they have the conversation with you. Then they say, oh, well, I had unprotected sex with 3 girls, and I want to make sure that I don't have anything, you know? But
Right.
that's when the van door is closed, when they feel comfortable.
And safe.
And
Right.
safe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also knowing that you can trust the person that you're having this conversation with, too.
Absolutely.
That's a definite skill. But both of you have been in the healthcare space, though, for quite some time before launching Healthy MD. So let's talk about the path that got you here.
Absolutely. So the path that got us here is funny. It's a funny path. You would appreciate this because Steve and I, we went to high school together, and we threw parties in high school, but we threw parties with DJ Khaled.
Okay.
Back
Wow.
in the days before Khaled.
Long time
was-
ago.
That sounds fun.
Before Khaled was Khaled
When
in
he was
Miami.
skinny.
In the
He was a
90s.
skinny Khaled. Okay.
Okay.
In the 90s, when he moved from Jacksonville, he was working at Amnesia, Club Amnesia back in the days.
And he was loud then, huh?
Yes.
He was ill too. I thought he was Jamaican because
Right.
how
People were shocked when they found out.
Yo,
Yeah.
so it was ill. But we threw parties with Khaled, and then the guy that owned the club, he owned the pharmacy as well. And he said, hey guys, come work with me at the pharmacy. And we was like, yo, we don't want to work at a pharmacy, we're throwing parties. And he was like, just come check me out. We went to the pharmacy, and we seen that he was helping serve the underserved community, the same community that Steve and I are from. So we were like, yeah, we fell in love with it. Steve fell in love with operations. I fell in love with sales and marketing. And that's how
Wow.
we started our journey.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so let's talk about what Healthy MD is, because we're talking about helping underserved communities, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So today, Healthy MD, what we do primary testing and treating for HIV, hepatitis C, and STDs, primarily in underserved communities in Florida, Georgia, and soon to be here in Jersey City. We'll be launching in Jersey City in the next couple of months. But that's kind of what we do. Clifford mentioned earlier, we have 10 brick and mortar locations and 18 mobile clinics. The reason why we have more mobile clinics than brick and mortar, because our, I guess, claim to fame is we actually bring the services to the community. A lot of times the people in our communities don't have transportation, they don't have means to get to a clinic. We typically use the urgent care and the ERs as kind of like a source of healthcare. So for us, we bring the services into the community.
How does one know where the mobile is going to be?
What we've done is we partner with a lot of community affiliates, what we call them. So we'll either park our van at a halfway house, homeless shelter, a substance abuse clinic. So we create partnerships with other places, like your juice bar, for instance. Then we'll do some local marketing, and we typically try to make them like an activation. We'll have like some music, we'll have like an event, and people come. Our mobile units are 7 days a week in those communities, so we frequent the same places. Typically, we have a schedule where we're there every Tuesday or Thursdays, so people kind of get to know us. And one of the things we do a lot too is we hire people of the community. So a lot of times they're our advocates. They're like, hey, come here, and they'll kind of be like our word of mouth, because healthcare is very like localized.
Right.
What might work in the Bronx probably won't work in Brooklyn, right? So we try to make sure we're cognizant of that.
So these services are free, right? Is that correct? I just want to make sure we're clear.
Yes, our services are free. All of our healthcare services are free.
Okay.
So we charge nothing. Whether you have insurance or don't have insurance, we provide the service for free.
That's amazing. And we were talking about this whole stigma too, because a lot of times people will feel like maybe I have something, or maybe someone else, I was exposed.
Right.
But then after that, maybe it's a little bit of shame of having to actually go to a place. Someone might see you.
Right.
You don't know if the person is going to know you at the front. So let's discuss how we can, make sure that we help in getting rid of that stigma that's affiliated with having, because clearly a lot of people have had STDs,
Absolutely.
have them right now.
It's at the highest that it's ever been. So with colleges, it's key because we have that conversation at colleges. We do a lot of colleges, and they come to get tested at our mobile clinics, but they won't get tested at the college clinic.
Right.
Now, the clinic is a STD clinic on college campuses. Most big colleges have them, but they're empty. People just walk in there, snatch a condom, and leave. Right, but our mobile clinics come on the college campus, and we got a line wrapped around the building because everybody is saying, "Oh, I'm just going to get my medical screening." They're not saying they're getting an STD test, right? So that for us, that is combating the stigma and making safe sex cool again by letting them know that it's okay to get tested.
Yeah, I think the other thing I'll just add to that is just educating people. I mean, Cliff and I started in HIV space and. Like I said, the late 90s. I won't know my age, but it was a long time ago. And back then, most people, associated HIV with like a death sentence. Today is not the case. There are so many, innovations that have occurred with medicine. So
you can have undetectable, and have a nice long and
healthy
regular life.
Yes. So just educating people on that, and I mean, like I mentioned earlier too, healthcare is so. Geographically, separate. We live in South Florida, and there's a lot of Caribbeans, right? So you got to understand the Caribbean mindset. Like, I grew up Haitian, in a Haitian household, and they think they drink a tea will cure everything, right?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of educate people on some of the resources that are available. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges overcoming the stigma.
You mentioned that the STD rate is the highest it's ever been.
Yes.
Right. This may be a silly question, but why do you think now it's the highest it's ever been?
So you want to have that conversation?
Yeah, we do.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Remember when we were growing up, everybody was safe sex, say no to drugs. Right. Condoms was everywhere. TLC had everybody spoke about that.
Right.
Nowadays, it's just have sex. Have sex as much as you want with as many people as you want, but nobody's speaking about the safety of sex.
Okay.
And that's why I say we're making safe sex cool again. Healthy MD is making safe sex cool again.
Yeah, those campaigns aren't like what they used to be.
No. Even in school.
And
right?
there's no campaigns.
Yeah,
really,
there's no. And it used to be because people thought like it was a death sentence too, especially if you.
We were scared.
Yeah, we were definitely like, look, I'm not, playing around.
Yeah, but even in school, right? We used to have sex education in school. They took them out of most schools. You don't even get any sex ed in school anymore. So, like back to Clifford's point, today's day and age, everybody just talks about being
sex.
free and which is great. You want people to to be liberated and do what they want, but still be safe.
Right? Because I keep hearing about like super gonorrhea.
What? What's super gonorrhea? It can get worse. You can be like times
not
two.
just regular.
Listen. Don't get us in here to lying. We're not doctors. We just hire them.
Okay.
But.
What happens if I go on this mobile unit and I test positive for something? What do you guys do then?
So if you test positive, like we mentioned earlier, so what we do is we do the testing and treatment. Most of the times you'll go to an event and you get tested and they'll refer you somewhere else. One of the things that we realize is that we have to be vertically integrated, meaning we have to be a resource for people as well. So like Clifford mentioned, we have nurse practitioners and doctors and infectious disease providers that work for us. So if someone does come to us and they test positive, we immediately get them into treatment. If they're on the mobile clinic, there'll probably be a provider there on site. If not, we schedule a telehealth visit right away with the provider, and we'll write them a prescription, and they'll get that prescription within 24 hours.
Oh, great.
The CDC guideline says 72 hours, but for us, we try to get somebody into care within 24 hours.
That's dope.
Even if they don't have transportation, they don't have insurance, we're going to get you your medication. We're going to get you into treatment within 24 hours.
It's a transient population, so you want to make sure you take care of them right
away.
Spot.
Yeah, because they might go away and never come. And then you never get a chance. Now, listen, I know we got to talk about this too, because you guys are doing Invest Fest.
Yes.
Earn Your Leisure. And this is a very lucrative business. But it's also wasn't easy for you guys to get funding.
Easy to get funding? We still don't have
funding.
Self-funded.
It's
self-funded? Oh, wow.
It's self-funded for the last 10 years. We started this company 10 years ago, and we're self-funded, and we're happy to do it. We've been successful in other ventures in the past, and CDC called us and said, hey, we need you to help us stop the spread of HIV and hepatitis C in the underserved community. There were some communities that had no HIV testing sites at all. And they couldn't penetrate the community because they didn't know how to communicate with the community. We did, because we started in the underserved community. We come from the underserved community. We started our business in the underserved community when we started our first pharmacy. And so 10 years ago, it was easy for us to do. And Steve said, hey, let's do mobile clinics. Let's not do brick and mortar first, so we could go to them and not wait for them to come to us.
Yeah. And I think with InvestFest, I mean, one of the things that we realize is, listen, we can't boil the ocean. We can't be the only ones out here doing this. We can't do it all ourselves. So part of the partnership with InvestFest is us obviously giving away this grant to see if we can help another small healthcare business, do what we do in their community, or even provide some of these healthcare services. So hopefully we can help somebody overcome some of those barriers that we face trying to raise money and trying to, do this on our own.
Right. You guys are giving a $25,000 grant, and they have until August 3rd. Is that correct?
August 3rd. Last year, we gave away $17,500 to 3 different Black women businesses. This year, we're giving $25,000 to one, hopefully, Black women business as well. 90% of our submissions last year were Black women.
Oh, wow.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. See how we do it?
Yeah, for sure.
But it is also, and I want to talk about this because, again, it's free services. This has been self-funded for you guys, but there are now companies and corporations that are partnering with you to be able to bring these resources, right?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. There's companies that's partnering with us to give us some resources to provide this service, but Steve and myself, we've been doing this for so long. So just to clarify, we provide free healthcare services, right? But the remuneration comes from the treatment.
Okay.
Right? So we get paid from the insurance company for the treatment for the patients. That's the money that we use to continue to push back into the free healthcare.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, perfect. Well, how can people, if they want to submit and possibly get this $25,000 grant?
Yes.
And they have, again, until August 3rd, right?
Yes.
And they also get to go to InvestFest.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And they get to be on stage with Lauren London and Healthy MD, because Lauren London is included in the grant with us as well.
Y'all made this really fun.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
That's amazing. So how can people actually enter to qualify to win?
Yeah, grants.healthymd.com. You put your application in there, and us and Lauren London is going to go through all the applications on August 3rd, and we're going to go through it and pick the winners out.
And so is there something specific, you guys? I know it's in the healthcare space.
Yeah, we're just looking for innovative, providers that's, doing kind of something similar to what we do, providing healthcare services in the underserved community. I mean, there's so much need. Like I mentioned earlier, we can't do it all. So as long as it's something that's fresh and innovative and that's providing services in the underserved community, then we're all for it. So,
how often should people get tested?
At least once a year.
At least once a year.
At least once a year.
I mean,
But
you should
if you know that you live in a riskier lifestyle, if you know that you live in a riskier lifestyle, you should probably get tested every 3 months. If you live in a riskier lifestyle and you're having unprotected sex left and right. And you probably should be on PrEP if you're living your life like that, which is a prevention HIV drug as well.
I found that as a woman, when I get my annual, it's just thrown in there.
Yeah.
It is, but some people don't even get.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
some people don't even get their annuals.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have a kid, so I kind of have to.
Make sure you're good, so she's good.
Yeah.
Shout out to our girl Koya. She does these risky dinners.
Yes.
And so she brings these dinners to different places, and it's all about talking about being safe when you're meeting somebody. And they had a whole conversation.
Oh Lord.
So at one of these dinners, because it's supposed to be like an open forum, it's all women to be able to discuss things, and they were talking about asking somebody for their test results before you have sex with them.
Most women are intimidated to ask that.
Right. And so a lot of people were saying they did it, but then one of our homegirls was like, well, I just been going raw and I have never asked,
which is
nobody
honest,
for
No, it's honest.
but that is a real thing, right?
Yes,
right.
And so, because I don't know if I've ever asked somebody for their test results
And I was
before having
when we were talking about it, I was telling you.
I feel irresponsible saying
I know. Well, and I was trying to think.
But you're not the only one. I mean,
So someone that I was with volunteered and showed me. Actually, the last 2 guys I was with volunteered and showed me that. I never asked; they just showed it to
I
me.
would never trust that. I was like, why do you just have this?
Yeah,
and then
Back pocket.
he didn't ask you for yours.
I just showed it.
So if he's that safe, I would
I
be
just-
like, we should both have.
should both have.
our
Let's
test
go
results.
together.
Yeah.
right. Let's go together.
Let's go
Yeah.
together.
But I
Let's go to Healthy
wouldn't-
MD
No,
together
listen,
and get it
that's
done.
Right, where this
As-
mobile unit is. But
as,
yeah.
That could be a good idea. Let's go to Healthy MD together.
Right.
And get it done.
So you know what?
But let me go first.
Date night.
To make sure we're not going to.
And you know,
I don't want no surprises.
are you living here in New York, New Jersey area?
I'm in DC.
You in DC? Okay, but
I'm
you're
in New York, yeah.
You're in New York. So we're opening up in New Jersey.
Jersey City, baby.
Jersey
I used to
City.
live in Jersey
Yeah,
City.
we're opening up in Jersey City in the fall. So you can come and we'll bring our mobile clinics closer to the borderline as possible.
Right.
So you can come and have
Close to
date
the
night and go.
And then so you find out on the spot?
Yeah.
Oh, then you can go drink afterwards. You be like, celebration.
Right.
Oh.
That's what
Or
I'm
not.
saying.
But you know what? Knowing
we have the
It's
medication.
better.
We have the
it's
treatment.
important to know.
You gotta know it.
Because I
So
think the worst
treat it.
thing that could happen is you have something and you don't know about it and you have
That's
it for
true.
years, and that can cause all kinds of issues.
Absolutely.
It can cause infertility.
Yeah.
It can cause
Absolutely.
all blindness, like all kinds of things can happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And with hepatitis C, if you don't, it's cirrhosis of the liver, and then you can die.
Oh.
Right. So with hepatitis C, if you're sharing needles because of the opioid epidemic, unfortunately, look who's calling me.
Oh, Troy, let me see
Let
what
me
he
answer.
wants. Hold on.
Answer it for Troy.
Hey, Troy.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
It's Angela. We're in an interview and we're trying to do some stuff to promote this Invest Fest, and you keep calling.
I do apologize.
No, I'm playing with you.
He said, I do
No, but
apologize.
we're talking about this $25,000 grant that they're going to be doing, and Lauren London coming to Invest Fest too.
Yeah. So I would just clarify. So it's a woman-led health and wellness business. Are we all in agreement on this?
Yes, we are. And you know this is Angela Yee on Way Up.
I know who it is.
Okay, I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure, son. Yeah. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking yo.
No, you cannot do that. No.
What's he doing?
No, but
Oh.
but I just
heard it
now
drop
we
before.
just now said that on the interview, is that it's a women-led healthcare business.
All right, bet.
All
All
right,
right, no trouble.
Bye, Troy. What?
She right here.
I'm right here, Troy.
Yeah, stop playing with us, all right? Don't be answering other men's phones. That's very disrespectful.
He gave it to
Oh, wow. So I can't answer his phone. I can't answer Cliff's phone.
That sounds sexist to me.
Right.
Nah, that's dangerous.
Who is this?
Right. Who this?
Look, what if this was a woman disguised under Troy's name?
Right.
Oh, look at her talking crazy.
Your wife answers your phone, right, Troy? No problem.
She
All
said
right,
no.
bye, sir.
I was a nervous laugh.
Yeah. Right. That's
No comment.
That was a very nervous laugh.
Yo,
He said, "Wow."
Y'all can get people in
that's
trouble to
breaking
hear.
news. Troy just jumped on the phone from EYL for InvestFest,
That's
giving out
crazy.
$25,000. Y'all remember that?
You really are a salesperson.
Right.
Yeah,
he is.
he's
He
good.
does
Jump right
jump right back
Yeah.
into it.
Marketing.
Okay, same thing. All right.
Clifford's a very popular hip hop name. That's T.I.'s real name. That's
Right.
Method Man's real name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that was Method Man's
I know
name,
that's
but
Method
you
Man's
would- you would
Cliff.
know that 'cause
Yeah, I used to work
Wu-Tang,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to book flights.
Yeah, he used to book flights for
Well,
that.
I used to work for Wu-Tang, so I
listen,
used to-
that was a fly job back then.
Yeah, it was a great job, All right, well, listen, you guys, I think for everybody, again, this is an amazing opportunity. So I cannot wait to see the submissions you guys are going to get this $25,000 grant. The fact that you guys are paying it forward, knowing how difficult it was for you to even, you're still self-funded,
Absolutely.
but, in hindsight, maybe that is
Yeah.
a positive thing.
Definitely a positive. Definitely a positive. For all the services, all the things that we do for the community, it's hard to find a partner that's willing to allow us to continue doing that. So we're going to continue staying self-funded until we
Dope.
find a partner that's going to, have
the same vision, right?
Absolutely.
So go to grants.healthymd.com, submit your applications.
And I love the work that you guys are doing. I feel like we can do maybe a date night to go get tested together.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That could be like a fun
Fun and
initiative.
very interesting.
And then
Yeah.
what I want to
or
do
not.
is I want when the Jersey clinic actually opens, I want to
Invite you
come
guys
back
over.
up, here so we
you
can
in.
announce the grand opening and then have you all at the grand opening with us as well.
Okay.
When is this opening? When is it?
In the fall.
Okay,
In the
cool.
fall.
All right.
All right. Well, again, thank you guys so much for joining us. We can't wait to see what's going to happen at InvestFest, and we'll make sure we get all the information so we can see who the winner is.
Wonderful. I
Thank
will.
you guys.
I
Thank
will.
you guys for having us.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
It's way up.